शान्तिः पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यो लोकत्रयेऽप्यप्रतिमप्रभाव तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायं प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीड्यं पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियप्रियायार्हसि देव सोढुम् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्तिः 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 स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयोः श्रुत्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे हरिः ओम् तत्सत्।
May we request everyone to please resume your seats. Those who are coming in, if you could make it as quickly as possible, it will help all the other people. Everyone is waiting for the function to begin. So quickly please make your way to seats. And one very, very important announcement. குழலினிது யாழினிது என்பர் தம் மக்கள் சொல் கேளாதவர்னு உண்டு, தனது செல்ஃபோன் ரிங் கேளாதவர்னு மாற்றிக்க வேண்டாம். ஸோ அதனால் இந்த செல்ஃபோன் எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் இந்த ஏர் மோடில் போட்டு வச்சிடலாம், இல்லாட்டா கம்ப்ளீட்டாக ஆஃப் பண்ணி வைக்கிறது ரொம்ப சௌக்கியம். அதனால் அந்த செல்ஃபோன் ரிங் இல்லாமல் ப்ரோக்ராம் நடந்தால் நல்லபடியாக இருக்கும். தாழ்மையான விண்ணப்பம். தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச். Okay, it now gives me great pleasure on this momentous occasion where it is more emotions overtaking us rather than just being another function. It is not. It is something more than that. Every one of us have got bundles of emotions of this college where we have graduated from, where many of us have done post-graduations and quite a few PhDs as well. So this institution has got such a great name. So I now going to welcome Shri C.A. Bhupati. He is a governing board member and founder partner Bhupati Company, completing more than 50 years, half a century in this field, and he was the president of CA Association as well. I take great pleasure in inviting my best colleague C.A. Bhupati to come and welcome everyone.
Good evening to one and all. Distinguished guests, respected professors, eminent alumnus, staff and students of Vivekananda College. On this very important day, we have gathered to celebrate the third global alumni meeting and pay our rich tributes to this great value-based educational institution, Vivekananda College. It is all the more significant because this institution is completing 80 years of continuous service to the something great to cherish. On behalf of the Alumni Association, it is my pleasure to welcome Chief Guest, Honorable former Governor of Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, Sri E.S.L. Narasimhan, for this great occasion. We are equally privileged to have as a guest of honor for this meeting, Sri N. Hariharan, Chairman and CEO of NW Management LP, New York, who is a BCom 74 batch of our college. Next, I consider it as my duty to welcome Swami Daya Mayananda, Secretary Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda College, to this. On behalf of the Alumni Association, we extend an invitation to him. Former principals of the Vivekananda College, a galaxy of distinguished professors here, senior professors. I thought I was very senior, but after I come here, I know I'm junior. There are many more seniors than me who are here to bring glory to this occasion. We are fortunate to have in our midst Mr. R. Seshashayi, Chairman of Asian Paints and also of Cancer Institute. The list does not end there. He is the former Chairman of IndusInd Bank and Confederation of Indian Industry, Vice Chairman and MD of Ashok Leyland, and Mr. Varadarajan, former Chairman and MD of BPCL. College staff and volunteers of this great institution, Vivekananda College. You all will agree with me that this is a very great day for all of us. Please listen very carefully. What is it I'm going to use? All of us in this hall are very happy, lucky, blessed, excited, and proud. If I say these type of words, I must demonstrate it. We are happy because this is the third global alumni meeting. And as we saw people entering this college, the type of fond memories and also challenging moments when they were in this college, they reflect all these things and live these happy moments today. They all become younger by 10 years by interacting with their own colleagues. Something very nice to experience. And those people who have missed out have missed a great opportunity. That's what I will say. That is because, that's the reason why we should be happy. Lucky because this is the 80th year. For the people present here, I would like to share, I was reading a book. The title of the book is Good to Great. It was authored by Jim Collins of the Colorado University, United States. What he did was, along with his project team, he selected 126 global companies. And out of 126 global companies, he shortlisted 8 companies as great companies, he shortlisted 11 companies as great companies by applying 8 criteria. So what I wanted to share with you here today is that if there is a similar research work for educational institutions in India, without batting an eyelid, all of you present in this hall will agree that Vivekananda College will be one among the top 10. So why I'm saying this is, we all have achieved certain positions in life because of the values which we cherish here. Now, I would like to share a very personal moment here. In the interview board, where an American was one of the panelists, and an European was there, and we happened to interview a person who is a product of Vivekananda College. It may be interesting and news to all of you if I share that person, along with his profile, he sent a small note about Vivekananda College and a small note about Swami Vivekananda also. And then these two people, one from America and one from UK, made an observation to me 40 years ago, which I today remember and recollect for the benefit of all of us. What is that wonderful statement which he made? That's a beautiful statement which I will never forget. All education institutions, when the students finish their course and leave the college, they give a certificate and that certificate is called conduct certificate. No education institution in the world gives anything else other than a conduct certificate. They never give a character certificate. They cannot give a character certificate. They give only a conduct certificate. But these two gentlemen there, American and the European, said, if there is a conduct certificate from Vivekananda College, we will treat it as equivalent to a character certificate and take it forward. I'm not saying this for the simple reason that I'm part of the Vivekananda College and I'm meeting, but I truly mean all these things because we have reaped the benefits of this college. Third, we are blessed because of the senior professors who are sitting here. To get the blessings of one person above the age of 80 itself is a great thing in our life, great achievement in life. To get the blessings of all these people sitting who are above the age of 65, 70, 80, come here in person to bless us, and we could interact with them and take their blessings, I think we are the most fortunate people in this world, and we have to cherish those missionaries. Now coming to Swamiji. Swamiji, I would like to tell to the people at large, he is one person, after my interaction with him for nearly 2 years now, a person who could adapt himself quickly, not only adapting quickly. When he realized that the entire space of education is going through a digital mode, he quickly realized that there should be a transformation in the college. There should be a more amount of investment in the college to attract the real talent, to retain the talent and take it forward. And hence, he took this decision of vitalizing, initiating and energizing the Alumni Association. We should thank Swamiji for this type of efforts. My classmate and my very good friend, late R. Shukumar, and myself had met the former secretaries and requested. But at that time it was not convenient, and as soon as Swamiji came, he came for this and helped us. Coming to our chief guest. Sir, we welcome you once again, and chief guest, now with 3 years of experience in Vivekananda College, we have got so much of experience to share with governor of 3 states, and his experience as director of Intelligence Bureau, and unique distinction of being the first governor of the state of Telangana. He will have a fund of information to serve. So we are all hopeful to listen to him and take his blessings. The guest of honor, Mr. Hariharan, 1974 batch, I told you earlier also. Very interesting profile. Sir, I did read your profile in detail. And I did it in detail. I'm not going through it again. What impressed me, 17 long years of your association with Citibank. Then moving out of Citibank, starting an institution of your own, nurturing that institution, creating value for your investors, making your name for yourself, and above all, the social mind you had to think of the institution and pay back to the institution is something which is great, and we acknowledge, sir. So these are things I would like to mention, and he is now operating a hedge fund, and it's very, very well known. After I came to know that he is coming as the guest of honor, I interacted with many investment bankers, and we came to know more about him, and we are really thrilled we are waiting anxiously for your speech, for the people to take home. It is not really going to be directly beneficial to us because we have crossed the age, but we have children and grandchildren. So we are going to take home your points and share it with our own grandchildren. Whether they listen or not, that's a different issue. But we will share it with them. That's a different thing. So why I am saying is, at this point of time, I once again take this opportunity to welcome each one of you for this and the alumnus. And about the governing board and the executive, Swamiji selected the right people to be on the governing board and the executive committee. And best part which I observed in his selection process, he selected people from different disciplines, from the commerce discipline, from the software, from little bit of, and an editor for the Souvenir, Mr. Ramanathan. He did everything, and we went on to say, do excellently. Let me tell you, all the people who have assembled here, these people have worked tirelessly over a period of, say, 2 months and made this possible. I should put it on record here. Thank you very much, and once again, welcome all of you. Have a pleasant evening, and try to get involved with the alumni, introduce some of your friends to become alumni, and also energize the alumni, and wherever possible, you could contribute by networking, by technical contribution, by financial resources, anyway, or physical contribution. Anyway, if you can contribute, it will be helpful for the organization. Thank you. I'm sorry if I had taken a little longer time. I had this much to share with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bhupati. That was a very good address, and from the heart it was. It was not just from the mouth, it was from the heart. Yes, because this institution, as I always keep saying, brings more emotions that we have associated ourselves with over these several decades. And the keenness of giving back to the society, giving back to the college is right on top amongst everyone, including Mr. Hariharan, about whom Mr. Bhupati spoke quite well. Now I request our revered Swamiji, Swami Dhyanagamyanandaji, to honor Shri the governing board as well as the members of the governing board there. May I request the chief guest to please come over to the dais? Thank you, sir. And the governing board members also to come over to the dais, and please take your seats. Yes, Shri Hariharan sir, please accompany. Now we would like to honor Swamiji on behalf of Alumni Governing Board and Executive Committee, and I request Mr. Bhupati and Captain Lakshmi Narayan to do the honors. May I now request our revered Swamiji to introduce the Alumni Association Governing Board.
Where is the list? Whenever there is a list, there will be a twist. Because the question is whether it's going to be alphabetical ordering or year ordering. So, our youngest of the governing body member has conveniently made it alphabetical because his will come first. But it comes to me in my hands, and I would rather do the year wise. Captain Lakshmi Narayanan, please. (1972) BCom. Mr. R. Bhupati, CA Bhupati, 1972 BCom. Vaidyanathan Krishnan, CA, BCom 73. V.S. Panchaksharam, 1974, PhD. (1979) Ramesh Kumar, BCom, CA Ramesh Kumar. V. Venkatraghavan, 1983, CA, BCom. And last but not the least, first in my list, 1989 BCom, Ashok, BCom. Thank you very much. I have to give them. Kumar sir. Always Kumar. One more? Sir. Such a nice venue too, and we'll go on to a long good opportunity. And one word about the memento that is given to them. It's a perpetual calendar. Of course, I think some of you will also be getting it. The privileged ones, so to say. The privilege comes from the donation that you give to us. So, the perpetual calendar is something where you have only the date, but you don't have the day and the year. That means, endrum 16ங்கிற ஒரு blessing இருக்கு இவாளுக்கு. So, this formation of the governing board, it's going to be possibly once in a decade event, because this is going to be there as a strong support for the association for mutual benefit. Thank you very much.
I'm not going to let go our revered Swamiji that easily, because I'm going to call him again back to make the next presentation and address. Yes, Swamiji.
Hey, acha, my presentation. Yes. Hey, pointer thada. Pointer on mani. Maria. Oh, that's. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. May the indwelling Master, by the dint of his divine grace, and decree, may the students be at peace, enjoy prosperity, and strive for the acquisition of knowledge. By the dint of His divine grace and decree, may the faculty be at peace, enjoy prosperity, and strive to enhance the academic excellence of this institution. By the dint of His divine grace and decree, may the staff, non-teaching staff, be at peace, enjoy prosperity, and strive to support the cause of this institution. By the dint of His divine grace and decree, may the alumni be at peace, enjoy prosperity, spread joy, health, and positivity. By the dint of the divine grace and decree, may the monastics of the institution be ever devoted to you and serve the God in man. By the dint of His divine grace and decree, let peace prevail in this place. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Indeed, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to this third edition of the Global Alumni Meet. In an educational institution, there is no greater joy than to see the entire past, the possible and the probable past, under a single canopy. Each one of you gathered here today is important to me and to this occasion. Your presence speaks eloquently of the affection, of the gratitude, and of the cherished memories you hold for your alma mater, memories that have remained with you through every stage of life. You have continued to uphold the values imbibed here in the college and have made your alma mater proud through your daily conduct, your achievements, and your benevolence, reflecting goodness, integrity, and of course, fair play. We always cherish you as those who have been nurtured and shaped by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sharada Devi, and Swami Vivekananda, the trio whom we adore. We firmly believe that the charisma of Swamiji, the rich legacy of our college heritage, and the enduring values of our traditional ethos have become an integral part of your being, forming a moral and spiritual strength that enables you to stand tall and steadfast amidst the challenges that the life presents. As the program unfolds this evening, a few among you will be mentioned to set the context of the event. However, I wish to reiterate that each and every one of you is equally important and deserving of recognition. That was this day last year. No, I need it. I need it. That sets my pace. Okay. Next. It is always a vision that together we behold, that the institution that we belong to has to adorn uncompromisingly the number you know, the UNO, which is the number 1. Next. And that's the number we dream for now, but we are going to make it a reality no sooner. Next. Vivekananda College coming under the umbrella of Vidyapith. Why can't you switch on this? So it consists of these many organs, the Vidyapit, that's the umbrella. We have the day college, we have the evening college started in 1974. We have a digital technology center packed with all these complications. And center of excellence in mycology, which is called Winstrong. We also had one more, but that had to be disbanded for some unknown reasons. And we do also have a hostel under the Gurukulam tradition. Earlier it was well packed, and now this particular facility has been made completely free for all the inmates. We have a free Annadanam scheme that's coming out from the year 2004. So that this is going to be about 22 years since Swami Satyapriyanandaji Maharaj, very thoughtful of him to start this event, rather the program. Vivekananda College, as you know, has been always attracting the lower middle class and the still lower. We never had people from middle or above, even in the past and even in the present. So this particular Annadanam is reaching out to the majority of the day scholars, and they are getting immensely benefited. Then last year in 26th March 2024, next, we inaugurated what is called as the Vivekananda Institute of Career Advancing Studies. This particular institute comes as a facility that augments all the efforts which the faculty and the non-teaching staff have put together within the curriculum framework. So how it's getting augmented is, this particular institute shall devise programs, interactions, interventions, student interventions of course, in order to take them to give them upskilling, give them research initiatives, give them industrial exposure, give them internships, hold certificate courses, so which are all not covered within the University of Madras curriculum. So there must be someone who will have to take that responsibility. So this cannot be a single departmental activity. So hence there was a necessity for us to come up with an umbrella institution where the representatives are from the respective departments, and each one of them comes up with a proposal, and the proposal gets executed together. We have so far conducted more than 14 certificate courses. It's still going on. It's an ongoing program. It never ends. One after another, it goes on. Currently, more than 410 students are on roll going through certification programs, which are making them placement ready. So this is a big win for the college in the present time. Next. In the year 24-25, just as the way the 23-24 was presented, I had a series of projects in my mind, and we were very lucky to have contributions coming both from the industry as well as from the Good Samaritans who were alumnus of this institution. With them, we did a major revamp of our infrastructure in 23-24, and that still continued. We began with a renewed facility of a gymnasium, followed by a 50-seater computer lab, which we call the UG1 lab. And this particular laboratory has a small story. When a similar event was happening last year, 21-12, the event was streamed in the YouTube, and there was a alumnus who was participating in online viewing. And then one day, much later, sometime in 13th January or sometime, I got a call from an unknown number. Usually I don't pick up, but this time I did. And he said, Swamiji, I am an alumnus of this institution, and I am in charge of the CSR department of my company. I would like to extend our CSR initiatives for your college, for our college. So that's when he introduced that he's ready to do something of this scale, which was nearly about 52 lakhs or so. And then it was done, the entire facility that you see this has been upgraded. So what I'm trying to say is, this program doesn't stop within these four walls. It has an impact, a taranga, a wave that actually goes beyond the frontiers that we can imagine. Next one is the 80-seater Vikas Lab. The Vikas institution that we have created, since it is extracurricular, the facility also should be extracurricular. We shouldn't have the regular departmental activity happening. So this 80-seater lab, it's really very good. If sometime offline, if you guys come, we'll be able to show this very, very wonderful. It's a 50 feet long and a 30 feet wide depth 80-seater computer lab, which is having ICT panels on both sides. And all these are happening because of the alumni contributions. And then we have the UG3 lab, which was earlier a 50-seater lab, and it was converted to a 70-seater lab, completely equipped with the latest facilities. This also you will see there are 2 ICT panels. This is what CAR Bhupati was referring to, that we need to take the modern education platform to a level which strikes a very strong, attractive, and a memorable appeal to the youngsters of the modern days, because they are being pampered with a lot of facilities in the colleges which are mushrooming. You know, we really do not know how long these mushrooms will stay before they get cooked and served in the broth. But institutions such as 80 years or maybe even more, who have a legacy to hold on to, are not the ones which can be cooked in a broth. So we have to have a fight against all these kinds of changes that happen in the modern education environment and adapt ourselves to that, and for which the alumni contributions have come a large way helping us navigate this story. And then we went into so this is a kind of a very shabby looking, classrooms are supposed to look like this. I mean, the boards should be shabby. Boards cannot be clean. The rest of the parts, we have a very well, light reflecting walls, light reflecting floors with the help of the modern ceramics. And then this particular facility, you can see an ICT panel is embedded within the board. So we are giving this facility to one such facility for every department. So there are 20 departments, each one of them are going to get this. So henceforth, the students who are particularly in the third year, they will have a strong connect with the modern pedagogical methods. Next. And this is how some of the departments have also undergone a revamp. Next. This building has got a lift above and it takes us to the COE office. Next. Games are never forgotten. Our cricket is always the golden egg, in the sense that it doesn't give the egg in the form of a gold, but it gives us the gold medal. So 1972, we are going to have one such recognition. So I will save a story for a little while. Next. And then we have a tournament grade table tennis. This helps our people to, when they practice in this kinds of facility, it gives them the opportunity to pitch themselves in larger playgrounds. Next. This is a very important comparison. Our college being a low-lying area, the entire Sivaswamy Sale is a low-lying area, and whenever there is a mild shower for 1 hour or an intense shower for 20-30 minutes, this entire place gets flooded. Each one of you know how you have navigated through the mess during the rainy season. So that was bothering me a lot, and of late the problem has got accentuated to an extent where we need to solve square and fine. The problem here is that the water from the road collects all the sewerage and then gets into the building. And then it takes more than 3.5 hours of near about 13 to 14 of our staff persons emptying almost half of the tank of water to clear the muck. So that is something which we cannot afford on a day-to-day basis on a rainy season. So I put an appeal to the Alumni Association, and then people like R. Bhupati, and then Ramesh Kumar, R. Vaidyanathan, who are all part of the governing body members, and even those who are not part of the members, who have been, good Samaritans, who are well-wishers of the college, they all came forward. Within a couple of weeks' time, they raised a sum of close to about 6 lakhs of rupees and said that I raised this proposal saying that I need to build this kind of a gate which will clearly differentiate the inner and the outer water. You can clearly see the color of the water, right? The one inside the campus is so crystal clear. The one which is outside is colored with everything that cannot be imagined. So that which we don't want to imagine rather. So this marked difference really saved us during the time of the Ditwa rains. Thanks. I heartily thank the Alumni Association, the governing body members, to rise up to the occasion to help us. Next. So in the 15th August, we honored the 1972 cricket team for having the unique distinction of acquiring 5 medals. 5 cricket tournament medals they got. All are big tournaments. But the same record is broken this year. So we have this year, our college cricket team have got 5 medals. They are still now working for the 6th one because it is, maybe they will get it. There is a University of Madras tournament is still pending, I guess. I think we'll be getting it. Next, on the same day, 1977 BCom graduates made a kind contribution of near about 4.5 lakhs. Next. And the mathematics department conducted the international conference. Why I need to put this up is because it is happening after 22 years. The first one was done by Dr. P. Natarajan, who is there right in front of us, Professor. He did it in the year 2004, and in 25 we again repeated this. Professor Kamakuti, kindly acceded to our request to inaugurate the event. Slide. Hey, I think there is one we have missed. Go back. Oh, okay, it'll come again. There. So all these the new updates and developments were possible only because they made it happen. Our chief guest of honor, he has been the core person, the linchpin in the most of the developments that have happened in the college. For the second lease, he granted near about 5.6 crores for the financial year 2004-2005. This is in addition to 8.6 that he gave in the year 2003 and 2004. I heartily thank Mr. Hariharan for this kind gesture. And then R. Tyagarajan from Shriram Group, we approached him with a request saying that a lot of vacancies are coming up in the day college, and we don't have the mechanism to support the day college faculty staffs. So we approached him and asked whether he can be of some help. And then he made a quick down the memory lane, and I asked him, sir, how were you in the college? He said, 1954, he came to the college to join the PUC, and he was denied PUC. Why? Because he was underaged. He was underaged. So what he did, he studied 1 year PUC as what you call as an outsider. That means you will sit in the class, but you will not get into the laboratory. And then the following year, he repeated the PUC, and subsequently he stayed with the college doing 3-year BSc Mathematics. And then he went to Indian Statistical Institute and did an MMath program. And then subsequently, we all know, he started the Shriram Group, and then the rest is history. Each one of your bank balance tells you how this guy has influenced our lives. So he has been extremely kind. He is also supporting Chennai Mathematical Institute. He has a lot of affection for mathematics. And so Professor Vittal gave me the contact. So we met them, and Mrs. Srinivasan Subramaniam, another well-wisher of the college, we together went, and Hariharan was there when I met Tyagarajan. So he has a lot of Lakshmi Rekha helping us. So that resulted in a 1 crore grant for us, and it seems that he has promised it on an annual basis. Let's see how this takes up. Next, Mr. Sivaramakrishnan, yet another person who was very impressed with the online presentation. He was also watching the YouTube streaming, and then he came up in a big way and then contributed about 25 lakhs. And then not only that, the way he used his contacts, and then he roped in support from the top authorities of the Infosys institution and made the Finacle training for our institution possible. Finacle is a very top-ranking banking software, all of you know. Only 4 banks in India do not follow Finacle. Everyone else does. So if a student can flaunt some of the certificate courses in Finacle, they are ready to be placed. So we requested him saying that, can he do that? January 24, he started that. Persistence, perseverance, and purity, what Swami Vivekananda said. All the 3 P's has been there, I have found in him. And that persistently he followed and made it happen in December. It took 1 full year. And then he used every contact possible within his directory, and then finally made it possible. And our children are able to work directly on the live instance of Finacle, which is a good gainsay for us. Next, Mr. Palepu Sharma, he has been a consistent donor for us. He runs the pharma. He has given us 10 lakhs. I presented a particular case to him. I wanted to implement a college LLM. AI is something which is coming up very big way. So I want to develop a college LLM. He said, Maharaj, go ahead. I'll be of support. He gave 10 lakhs and he has promised another couple of 20 lakhs. Next. And then 1977 BCom, they came and then said, Maharaj, we need to honor the P. Natarajan, who has been their mentor. So he pulled 1972 batch, and then he raised a donation of something around 3.5 plus lakhs, and then he gave us on this particular day. We thank Bhupati sir for that. Next. So on this way I have already seen. Next. So all this has happened only because we are able to capitalize. We are able to see the college coming up in bright colors. We have improved a lot in many of these operations. Our students are now standing, head erect, because other institutions are able to take away the students showing whatever magic, but we are doing the same magic in an academically sound manner, and for which I should say the Alumni Association has been a very, very strong support. And I thank for giving us this opportunity and for this grand event that has been happening today. Many more I expect to come, and I'm eagerly looking forward to interact with each one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Swamiji. That was a very informative and very detailed information, it gives a lot of fillip to the alumni people to do more and more for the college, and that becomes a very good inspiration for more people to participate and give back to the alma mater from where they have really come up there. So that was a very inspiring speech. Thank you once again, Swamiji. Okay, from there we move on and we go to the next one, and we'll call whom we call as Young Turk, my dear friend Mr. Ashok. He will be doing a sort of an alumni association playbook for the next few minutes. Ashok.
Thanks, Bibi. Good evening, folks. This is part of your community. I'm alumnus of 18-9 batch. My name is Ashok. So what I'm going to do here for next 8 minutes, that's a slot given to me. I'm going to be a little casual, okay? Student community. I'm reviving my own college days, okay? But I'm representing the body here. It's a story, okay? I'm going to tell you a story, but of course it's a story with facts, some numbers. So, let me start from here. It all started, am I flipping? Okay, sorry. It all started in 2023 when we got connected with Swamiji, and what really impressed us is last 40-50 years we have been starved of coming back to college. But when we saw Swamiji, some of us got inspired, we jumped in, and last 2 years you've been seeing the one is the inspiration himself. Then he picked up few, comrades to walk along. One is Krishnan, as a coordinator, and some of us also jumped into his call. So what I'm really saying is we started off with the energy from Swamiji. I'm not buttering him, okay, and this bias. I'm telling you the fact is, he's the inspiration, he's the leader, and he's always been appealing to us, about future. Okay, so that is the birth of Alumni Association. Many people have attempted before, but what we are here showcasing to you is last 2 years of what has gone behind this congregation. Okay, so you all are some of you are seen 2024 second alumni meet. Nama Viveka is an emotion which we brought it out. Some 400 odd people had come. We had a panel where we set the context of looking at future. That's where we coined this Viveka forward, so that we think ahead, forget about the past, and leveraging the past and moving forward. We had a souvenir release and we had 400 participants, though we aspired to get 1,000 odd people. Okay, that's a context. Thank you. Okay, so what really helped us? Just keep that in mind. Like many of us, we are also have business, family, work, right? We all volunteered. This is all volunteer work beyond our work. But what inspired us is this: the heritage, 150 years old. Our own Swami Vivekananda, which is spiritual and philanthropic background. Then the college, 80 years of legacy, which we all have in common. Then there are 50,000 alumnus. No, that's been the strength and inspiration for us. So with that value system, with the commonality, and then we looked at quickly, we saw same college, same classroom, some 3,800 students, and we have 50,000 alumni. Where is the connect? So we thought, let us connect these dots. That's how we all jumped in, and we fought for a while, just for info, because we have, these guys make me as kids. You know that, right? Kids have to fight it out. So, and as a new kid in the block, let me leverage that tag. So we set a broad theme for future. Okay, Alumni Association as an entity, as a forum. So what is the future? Build a global community, because keep in mind, all of us, 50,000 odd people are there out there and across the globe, very successful guys, right? Why don't we build as a community? Again, with what is ensure that we have a purpose. And in the purpose, we have few initiatives which we can put together, and it is impactful. Impact can we measure? Can we measure? Can we make it transparent? Can we live on those objectives? And can we also take the help of maximum alumni? That was the background. So we focus on 4 areas. One is build a community. We are scattered all around, right? So why don't we bring maximum number of people? Building membership was the first attempt. We did a set of things. Then engagement. When you say engagement, one is engaging the alumni community itself. Another one is how do you engage with the student community. Every year there are 4,000 odd students in the college passing out. How do we engage with the student community? Can we do something with leverage our expertise, our experience, our wisdom? Can we do that? Was the second focus. Third focus is fundraise, right? Many of you and us are also been there, that side, right? Whether doing business or corporates or, education institutions. Can we leverage and help college in fundraise? One is to run an alumni as a forum. Second is help college in some of the aspirations, whether it's aspirations for infrastructure or thinking ahead. Okay, with that, some numbers, like typical corporate guys, we are all get fascinated by numbers. This is what our aspiration is. For 2025, we said, can we do 10K numbers? Assist in 4 areas: skills, research, innovation, entrepreneurship. Why it's important for us to know this context is, while you walked in from registration office and before you reached your coffee corner, you would have seen some corners, right? So that is a manifestation of these roadmaps. Whether it is skills, whether it is research, whether it is innovation and stroke entrepreneurship. You would have seen elements of it in stalls, right? These are all some of the manifestation of that. Then the corpus, we said ourselves, can we help the college to build, rather Alumni Association to build a corpus of 1 crore so that we help the college in a bigger way, right? And last but not the C is indirectly, through our connects, can we help college in college projects? I'm saying CapEx, right? Infrastructure, which can sustain for long term. That was our vision. You can see the results. This is 1 year back, and the lot of effort has gone behind by many hidden hands. But I'm only just representing and giving you some elements. The first one is building membership. So quick one, 46 to 2025, about almost 80 years. This is a batch, which means age, right? Then you have 20 odd departments, which mean different departments, skill sets. Then you have people across 40 cities stroke countries. This is a profile of people. Diversity has been one of our, focus. So with that diverse, there are also people who are retired from service, which means they connected more wisdom. Second is, there are also people in service in different areas, spheres of life. Then there are also entrepreneurs, right? This is what we saw the canvas in front of us. So how do we connect was our effort for about last 1.5 years. Next. And this is what the numbers, the good news, I think you should clap, some claps for us. Yeah, good show, right? Guys, in 2 years or 1.5 years, I'll say from 300, can we take credit, Swamiji? Yes, 4,000. See, I didn't give a choice to Swamiji. Sorry, thank you. I'm just kidding. This is our last count. You should be proud that 4,207 people, right, whether digitally savvy, online, offline, mobile, virtual, doesn't matter, are all part of your community. So we are a big community right now, right? We are no more a small, we are a force to reckon with in Chennai and beyond. Keep that in mind with that confidence. This is a year one for you. The next one is engagement. I'm going to make it really fast, short of time, because there are some signals coming this side. Some areas we thought we should start impacting the college. Leadership talk series, because we assume we have a lot of leaders around us as alumni. Can we be of some help for the college was the intent. So we introduced a talk series. The man behind me was the first Puliyar. Yeah. He led the show from aviation perspective. So the focus has been is to shape careers, right? So that the current students, the 4,000 odd students, can they benefit? Can they be better, more skilled corporate guys in going to corporate or entrepreneurship? That was the intent. So this was led by some of the alumni. So, sorry, just go behind. There are four such series. This is done officially. There is an alumni corner. Come here, introduce, set the context, co-create. This hall was about 500, 600 students, all points of time benefit, and they ask queries, and it's very practical, skill-oriented, pointed, and the speaker also normally gives leads to get them employable or get employed, right? That's a context. So then some fun elements to bring that together. Again, we had alumni. See, this is what the beauty of alumni, diverse community, right? Some of our guys wanted to have fun. So we had a guy within our midst, right? The popular personality. He's also an alumni. Incidentally, Madhu Plus is a drama troupe by none other than Balaji. He's an alumnus of 76 BCom. And interestingly, he didn't take much money, right? It's free of cost, I guess, right? Yeah, it was free of cost, okay? And so that is one. I'm just giving you a diverse perspective, right? This is all engineered by Alumni Association, and you're also going to be part of it from this year, I'm assuming. Okay. Then we had this newsletter is basically an effort to keep the alumni across informed of what is happening in college and what are the updates in the college, right? It's basically a forum to reach people who couldn't reach us. And the most interesting, exciting is what happened is suddenly this affair, this batch feeling, this emotion of Vivek came out, and without asking, they started coming out. I am from 1989 batch, and I'm from 74 batch. Like that, it actually started from Vivekam. I think where is Punch? Yeah, Punch is here. Vivekam is the only sole minor guys. All others are BCom guys. You saw that? You guys have to give real competition to BCom guys. I'm really surprised why you are not competing with BCom fellows. See, look at this. All the BCom batches have come forward and donated, except for Kem. Right? Vivekam, right? Vivekam is the sole guy.
Thank you for the compliment to BCom.
Yes, he's taking compliment on behalf of BCom. So am I. Okay? So I really urge that non-BCom guys, come on guys, you can do it better. Can we? Next year. Yes, onwards. On to you. Yeah, this is, I think you heard it from the horse mouth. This was a very nice feeling. Some of us didn't understand though, but it was a very nice feeling to be of help for the college when Swamiji asked for this help, and it was very, very timely, and it was need-based. And many of our folks here who are sitting here and that side, they all jumped in, and you will get shocked in 48 hours to, I don't know, I mean, very short few hours before the water could go out of a college, or before the college water could come into the college. I think that it was shut with a shutter permanently. Yes. Okay. So this is another interesting dimension coming in is, hey guys, come on. Don't think that Viveka is only for studious people, right? That's what you all assume, no? No, we are changing. Complexion is changing. We are also facilitating incubation of ideas, accelerating of some of the ideas. So what is the intent behind here is, can we be of help for the alumni? It's only alumni only initiative. Can we be of help to accelerate some of the existing businesses, be it startup or scaling up phase? It is an incubation or acceleration is the intent, right? Leveraging, one side is a college infrastructure. At the same time, here the intent is a lot more to help the college in research, co-creating research, help the students to have a research facility, and also have practical hands-on, training with certification. That was the intent. So if you are able to put two all together, you would have seen one such showcase in the first. That is what we have seen here. And one is in the pipeline. MO is in progress, so I'm not mentioning the names right now. I'm sure you would have seen that. Again, there are the two stalls. So there are two stalls you would have seen there showcase. If you still have time, please walk in. There are going to be your prodigies in future. You never know. One of them can go for IPO, and we all get shareholders also, right? We can become, I'm assuming, Krish. One is sitting here. So this is a bargain within us. Okay. So this is the other interesting thing. What you like to know is, it doesn't matter you have to be here every time. There is tech behind. So we have used the maximum technology what is available around us. So most of our association activities around this tech platform, this Huawei tech platform, a third-party automated engagement platform, which you all know. Many of the institutions are using it. So what it means for us is automated mailers to 400 plus registered people. Then you have LinkedIn page. Alumni Association has got a separate page. And of course, all our meetings are virtual. None of us meet, but we meet once in fortnight for you. Last about 8-9 months religiously. Yeah, sorry? Yeah, sorry. So there's a correction here. Last 3 months is weekly, and last 1 month is daily, and last 1 week it is twice in a day. Right? Okay, and thanks to Punch, he doesn't allow us to sleep. Punch, credit for you. Next is, some of you would have seen some of our, okay. So coming back to the alumni page, what is important for you, if you're already, many of you are, if you're not following, please follow us. This is where we are, 8 months, May 25 we started, we had 22 posts, we have done so far, 1,383 followers, and just guess what, 58,000 people have viewed our posts. Can we give one clap for this person who's done it? Okay. No, I'm just making it lighter. The message here is reach. We have been heard, we have been seen, and people are connecting. There are a lot of indirect benefits, including CSRs of corporate. I'll come to you later for that. This is some of the visuals we have used in LinkedIn. Many of you have responded, many of you have liked us, many of us commented, many of us reached us to us, and please continue to do it more aggressively and repost it. Yeah, and this is the hero of one of the posts. Is this alone had some 15,000 or so as on yesterday, 15,000 views, and we're very happy that many of you are here. Right? Thank you. So this is the FOMO in our latest, the current language is fear of missing it. Yeah, these are our heroes waiting to hear from us. Shortly you'll hear, and there is last but one. And another update is now Alumni Association has got a separate bank account, and there is an UPI code. It is with United Bank, and you have the larger sources for you. What you need to understand, the three potential sources. One is individual donations, which is you put in, you would have seen QR codes around. All whatever money you give in QR codes will go to this account, which is an association account. Second is batches. Then you have ads, which many of you are given in souvenirs. Then your corporate CSRs. This is a revenue for the Alumni Association. There are some minor expenses. Largely is taken care by college. Most of the expenses are borne by college, and but very minor expenses are still taken by the alumni fund. Credit to Swamiji, because we fully leverage Swamiji's status of, he's not only the secretary of association, he's also an alumnus. See, we must walk in and say, you're also alumnus, no, right? Right? And we're very happy to take, he was very voluntary to help us. So this is where we are. One small request is CSR, whoever is connected to corporate here, if you have any connects for corporate CSRs, feel free to connect. Any of us, we can facilitate that, or directly to Swamiji. But yeah, the current status corpus is 11 lakhs right now in last 1 year or 7-8 months, right? This is about. How much we have time? This is our, we have a separate office. We have a governing board, 7, you would have seen. Krishna's Spock, campus coordinator, executive team of 7 people, and we have a separate office. I don't know if you have not seen, feel free, if you still have time, walk in, next door is our office, you should see that. And this is our left-hand side, the governing board. You can see, Ashok is the first person, that's me. 89, right? And that's the executive committee. And a very important highlight is, it's not only this list, it's the hundreds of hidden hands around you, right? Directly, indirectly, partly, remotely, project mode. Many of you have helped us as well. Okay, what I want to just leave with the thought is I want Punch to just join, is Viveka is an emotion, right? Many of us have also been with business. We have been in business and corporate, and we all have jobs. We have full-time jobs, 6 days a week, but we still connect. Only connect is emotion. I want Punch, why don't you say a few words? Because Punch has been one of our champions to bring the team together. I think you.
Thank you, Ashok. Just 1 minute I am going to tell. I am Panjacharam. I studied in this college. I am proud to say that I studied in the college for 1 decade, 1970 to 1980. For 10 years I studied in this college. I have that much of impact in this college where I want to give back. The same thing I would like to request all the alumni to give back to the college what you can able to do, faculty-wise or whatever way you wanted to do. This is my request, and see that we grow and give back to the college. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I may take 30 seconds more. Just go back to the presentation. We have a small 30-second detour. I want Krish to be ready. Swamiji, I think this is a great moment to showcase an alumnus who's giving a run for money for the youngsters in the startup world. We all used to kid him. Hey, Krish, you are not a startup guy. Startups are known to have youngsters around. And here is a guy who is always, I don't want to tell the number. I thought he's senior to me. And this guy is doing a startup. And he's also incubated in IIT, Chennai. And he had now signed up with Vivekan, rather, MOU is signed. And we are proud of it. He's showcasing there, and he will talk more about it in this. We wanted a small MOU to be exchanged between Swamiji and Krish, and I'm sure Krish will tell you more about it. Best luck for him. Best wishes from on all behalf. Krish, you have so many ambassadors for you for your brand, and we are preempting you to go for IPO with we as shareholders. Slowly. Good idea. Yeah? He's agreed. So whoever wants, you can connect with him. Okay. Thanks. All the best, Krish. So what do we want from you? 6 ways. How many of us were confused where to start, right? Do I have money? No, I don't have money. So if I don't have money, what can I do? How can I do? Not necessarily money, no? We can help college in many ways. So these are some 6 ways. These are pointers. Can we impact college in skills, the current students? Can we impact them in placement, which you have seen the showcase there? Can we impact them in CSR funds, connect our dots to the college? Can we help them in partnership with large institutions across India and the world and global? Can we incubate our alumni ideas, and it can be mutually useful, whether it is student and alumni. And the last one, you know that, right, which you have been doing. So stay with us, be connected. This is where we are. Stay close to us, follow us, like us, stay in touch. We are around, happy to chat, happy to explore, and feel free to ask more details if you want with all the white t-shirt guys. Thank you guys, bye.
Thank you, Ashok. That was a very interesting presentation. There are alumni from several years in this room, but a few alumni will always cherish it a bit more. Why? Because we are in 2025. So those alumni who passed out in 1975, for them it's a golden jubilee year. So we request Dr. Rajashekar and Mr. G, representing chemistry, and Sri G. Ramesh representing mathematics and physics. They would like to hand over a check to Swamiji. So we request both of them to come over right now to hand over the check to Swamiji as a part of their golden jubilee passing out celebration. So Ashok was just asking for check, and there arrives the check. As simple as that. You ask for it and you get it. Yeah. Thank you. So thank you very much for the live demonstration of a principle which was spoken about right on this dais. So I'm sure this particular statement will keep all the 1976 batch ready to be ready for 2026. So how many 1976 people are there? Raise your hand.
This is next year.
This is next year. Yes, exactly. This is your gold jubilee. Very few hands. Okay. So you can tell all your friends through your WhatsApp. In addition to sharing jokes, we could also do this. Okay. Thank you very much. Now we are coming to a very important point where we have pride in honoring our dear alumni Sri Hariharan by two of our other alumni. One is Dr. Panchaksharam and the other is by Mr. Ramesh Kumar. Both of them, I would like them to honor Sri Hariharan. I would like to specially thank my friend Bhupati for making my job a bit easier by introducing Sri Hariharan already with his background. So I don't have to repeat that. So now it would be my honor and pleasure to invite our dear friend and college mate and an alumni, Sri N. Hariharan, to come and give his keynote address. Sri Hariharan, please.
Swamiji representing the administration, It is a delight for me to see Professor Parthasarathy representing faculty. I do not know if there's anybody else from that BCom genre here, but if there are, my respects to the faculty. To all my seniors, there are a lot of seniors here, namaskaram. To my classmates, who I'm sure I will not recognize, no offense meant, but if you're in the audience, good to see you. And to the alumni who came after us, welcome. It's good to see all of you here. I'm going to make my comments relatively brief because a lot of what I wanted to say has kind of been mentioned already. I'm lucky to be an alumnus of several different institutions. You know, I studied in Don Bosco School. I was in Loyola for my pre-university, Viveka for my commerce. I was in Ahmedabad at IIM, and I also did a program in Harvard. And what I would say as an observation to the alumni committee is that emotion aside at some stage, it's important to ask a question saying, what does I am a Viveka alumni mean? It is not an easy question to answer because, you know, in some of the other institutions I mentioned, there are some very clear elements of distinction as to what these guys do exceptionally. For example, if you take Harvard University, what is pretty amazing is that while they do a lot of things very well, at the core, there are two critical missions they accomplish. One is a phenomenal amount of fundraising for the institution. And when I say phenomenal, this is just incredible sums of money. You know, with other words, when they announce a fundraise, periodically they do, it's $1 billion or $2 billion. And the speed at which it gets quickly committed to is a representation of the strength of the institution and what the brand name means. That's one. And the second very important variable, for example, when you look at a Harvard Alumni Association, is the networking among them. In all of the other institutions which I'm an alumni of, I noticed that there's a tendency to be very vertical. With other words, a class, BCom class of 74, which I belong to, or Don Bosco 70 matriculation, we tend to cluster. We have very little to do with classes above or below us. Harvard is one situation where that is not true. The level of networking is just spectacular. And a lot of it is driven by self-interest. You know, you want to do stuff related to your businesses, so you reach out to people from all other classes and so on. But there's also an element of philanthropy and wanting subsequent generations to do well, which is why the level of employment opportunity is created for students coming out, etc., by the alumni themselves is pretty remarkable. So I was going to kind of elaborate this by using letters of the word magic. The M standing for mentorship, the A standing for access, by which I mean providing financial assistance to students who want to make it to the college but may not be able to afford it on their own. G standing for generosity, essentially opposite the college itself. I, which is not mentioned very much today, is what I call influence. Many of you in the audience have significant influence simply because you're in business, you're in government service, you're in banks, you're in the legal profession, etc. The influence I'm talking about now is the necessity to address some of the not so nice things about what is happening to our college today. And Swamiji will permit me to be candid here. If we are not careful, we are building a very bifurcated college today. There is a day college, which for all practical purposes, and I hate to put it this way, still is a zombie curriculum from 50 years ago. The curriculum has not changed. The books are probably the same as what I studied here in 71 to 74. And the problem is, you know, it is a program over which the college itself does not have very much control. So our only hope to do something for the day college students of this college and others in this city is to influence policymakers, people who set the curriculum, to start thinking about the fact that it's meaningless to be teaching stuff which are completely irrelevant in today's economy. And that's the gospel truth. So there we as alumni have a role to play in the influence. We can choose to ignore it, but the problem at the end of the day is that the brand name of Viveka is not going to be embellished if you have a genre of students coming out who have very little relevance to the real world economy of today. As an aside, you have the evening college. And in the evening college, the latitude, the maneuver room is a lot more for the institution, but there the challenges are the same. We have to come up with curriculum which is very, very much in tune with the times today. We should be a college which is asking questions like, how are we going to, it's one thing to say we want to excel, blah, blah, best in class and so on, but in what? When are we going to start addressing, and this is why I'm delighted that the current Swamiji is in charge, because if there's anyone who's going to take the leadership in addressing these questions, it is him. And what I mean by that is, when are we going to, for example, ponder whether we should become a AI global competence center? What does that mean? It doesn't mean we're going to sit and spend billions of rupees trying to develop large language models. We're going to do something much more simple. Today, one of the biggest challenges in AI is the fact that people don't know what AI really is and where it is going and what it is going to do. And one very simple element of not knowing what AI is a function of just how to use AI. Because what is becoming very clear is that, you all heard of that expression, garbage in, garbage out. What AI is now becoming is the function of how good your prompts are to the model, and then how well you're able to interpret what comes out as an output. You don't need advanced computer science degrees to be able to do both of those well. So, where am I going with this question? When are we going to start thinking about curriculum in the evening college, which is going to be very progressive, forward-looking? Another example, digital payments. Even our Prime Minister walks around talking about UPI and how we are the global leader in digital payments and so on and so forth. Why should Vivekananda College not have a course where we're going to teach people everything you need to know about what digital payments are and what the concentric circles of virtues can come from that? So I could go on, but the important message here is that we have challenges as a college going forward. And I'll finish by saying that to address some of these issues at the end of the day, in the word magic which I used, the most important letter is G. And that is generosity towards dramatically funding the college in a manner which we haven't done before. I know there are episodic examples now of, improving contributions and so on and so forth. But in my humble opinion, I think many of us when we were young were brought up in a scarcity economy. In a scarcity economy, I remember that the two main things we were taught were, number one, do the best you can with what you have, implying that resources are limited. And second is that funny comment which says, we have done so much with so little for so long, we can do anything with nothing. Well, my friends, let me tell you, that's not true anymore. So the one message I want to leave with you today is, let's change we'll do the best we can with what we have by challenging the what we have. We are all successful. Many of us have an art of the affordable, which is well beyond what we have had as an opportunity to contribute to the college. Let's change the equation. So I'll finish with one very specific thing which I hope all of you will support the college. Swamiji has done a number of spectacular things, and he's not kind of boasting about it. I will boast on his behalf. From 23 to today, spectacular improvements have happened in the college on the capital expenditure side. On the capital expenditure side, what the Swamiji has accomplished in terms of meeting expenses. Donald Trump goes around saying that he's the best in the world in doing projects on time, below cost, projects below cost and before the time due. The Swamiji will give Donald Trump a run for his money. So we have come a long way on the capital expenditure side, which is good, which is very good. The infrastructure is good. The second thing Swamiji has done is he has really addressed the operating revenue expense mix of the college. Because I can tell you from my affiliation with several institutions that nobody can fund a sinkhole in revenue expense operations mix of any institution. That is a fundamental flaw in a business model which is not sustainable. And Swamiji has done a very good job on the operating expense side. But where Swamiji has a challenge now is that, going back to what I said, we need to dramatically improve the curriculum in order to attract the best talent possible on the student side. But that curriculum advancement cannot happen unless you also dramatically upgrade faculty. And so I have been in discussions with Swamiji recently saying, what does that envisage in terms of the revenue expense model again? And one thing I found out and he alluded to in his presentation, he has 1 crore a year of expenses on the hostel and the midday meal program. So my friends, what I want to propose to you is the following. If we can get him a corpus of 10 crores, for perpetuity we can fund the hostel and the midday meal program. And as my humble small contribution towards that corpus, I'm appealing to you in the following fashion by saying, every rupee you contribute to the college, I will match. So every rupee you give to the college for either of these two corpus funds, one is called MAP, which is the midday Annadhanam program, and another is called GAP, which is the Gurukulam assistance program. We want to give it a 6-month period of time to June 30th. So my humble appeal to all of you is, challenge me, please. Let's see, and let's hope that next year when we meet here, that one significant accomplishment would be that we handed Swamiji 10 crores of rupees, so that one important component of his non-discretionary operation expense base goes away, giving him latitude to do things he needs to do to get new faculty, upgrade curriculum. Because at the end of the day, my friends, I think all of you will agree with me, while as an alumni association we may have opportunity to further our own business interests through contacts and so on and so forth, our fundamental, in my opinion, responsibility is to ensure that this college will continue a tradition of great citizen students. If we don't do that, if we do not do that, I'll just leave you with one imagery. Think about what a meeting of this sort will look in 50 years' time. If we do not take some serious action today to ensure that the student citizen body which we bring out continues to be of the class and quality all of you here represent. I'm hoping we will be able to do it. I'm sure with the hand of God it'll happen. I wish Swamiji the very best of every success next year. And I'll leave you with one thought. I was at an event recently in New York. They were handing out bracelets, things you wear on you. And the bracelet read in English, at our age, every day above the ground is a good day. Stay well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hariharan. That was not alone very, very inspiring, but it was also posing a question to the audience. Let us make Mr. Hariharan extremely happy by literally, contributing a lot so that he would be very happy to match the contribution there. So let us take it as a very positive challenge, a very, very growth-oriented challenge actually. So thank you very much, Mr. Hariharan, especially for that, because words are words unless put into action. So specific actions, when they happen, then they create this magic which you talked about. So that's where it is. Thank you very much. Right. Now, just for a small moment, the 1975 batch, which just concluded its Golden Jubilee celebration, they would like to hand over a sort of a memento to Swamiji. So may I request the representative just to come over to the dais and then hand it over to Swamiji, please.
Respected dignitaries on the stage, as a proud alumni, we bow in gratitude to our teachers and reaffirm our commitment to support and inspire the future generations. May the celebration not only honor our past, but also strengthen the bridge between experience and youth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just a thought occurred to me. What Mr. Hariharan proposed as an idea in terms of our contribution and his keenness to match rupee for rupee, as Ashok was mentioning during his speech, why don't we take initiative to gather our groups, whether it is a BCom or a BSc Physics or BSc Chemistry or BSc Botany, Zoology or BA Philosophy, Economics. I would very, very earnestly urge every one of you, you all are likely to have WhatsApp groups nowadays. So I would like you to put that into best use by gathering everything, and let us, as the very famous saying goes in Tamil, Siru Tuli Peru Vellam. Certainly, if we all try to put in that little bit of money and made more important our mind to it. So, Mr. Hariharan's word should be reverberating in your mind literally every day, and it should act as a fillip, a give that extra energy to you to put those things, and we will make it happen. Mr. Hariharan, thank you once again for that. That's really a very positive type of, an enthusiastic way of encouraging people to participate in the society. Excellent. Right. With that, now we will come to a very, very important point where our chief guest, Shri ESL Narasimhan, who is a 1964 batch student who is patiently sitting amongst us. We are all very fortunate to have him here. I would like him to be honored by our friends Shri Bhupati and Mr. Krishnan. I would request both our colleagues to honor Shri Narasimhan. It is time for me to thank Mr. Bhupati again for having introduced Shri Narasimhanji and his vast achievements being governor of Chhattisgarh, Telangana and everywhere in Andhra. So I would request him to come and please give a few words of Ashirvadam, sir, and also a few words of wisdom. Thank you, sir.
One great advantage of being the last speaker is that everything has already been said, and so you don't have to take much effort. All the same, now that I have been invited to say a few words, probably a few sentences, a few paragraphs, if you don't mind, Mr. Bhupati. What Dhyanam நம்மளை எங்கே கொண்டு போகும் என்றால் அந்த ஆனந்தம் வருது. சுவாமி தான ஆனந்தம், கம்ய ஆனந்தம் நம்ம மத்தியில் இருக்கிற அவரதுக்கு ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் స్వామీజీ పూజ్య పరమ స్వామీజీ ఇంగే హరి అవతారములో అన్ని దేవతలు హరి నామములో అన్ని నామములు is what Annamacharya sung. What he says is the name Hari itself encompasses everything, and with that if you have Haran also, Hari Haran, then it is unity in diversity. It is, that is what Mr. Harihan is. I mean, you have the creation on one side and the destruction on the other side. The unity in diversity is what Mr. Hariharan represents for us. We have heard of Sapta Sagaram, Sapta Mandalam, Sapta Rishi. But for the first time here, Sapta Board of Governors. You have got 7 members in the Board of Governors here, which is a great thing. And you see all of them are BCom. Most of them, 6 of them out of the 7 are BCom graduates. A total partiality for BCom. I recall in the days when I was in college, the commerce professor, when he sees his commerce students standing on the veranda, would say, those outstanding students, why are you rotating in the veranda? So even in that stage, we knew that BCom means outstanding. And today, that is why probably the Board of Governors has a majority of BCom students. Nama Sivayam, the Panchaksharam, is what is the great divine, this represents Shiva Mantram. And that is what Dr. Panchaksharam, who is a chemistry PhD, which is a very rare thing in those days, is also a part of the Board of Governors. The only man was intruded into the BCom hierarchy. I'm very thankful to you, Bhagirajan. Entaro Mahanubhavulaina, mi antariki na vandamulu, is what Saint Tyagaraja had sung. It means that he accepts with humility that he is nothing, and that all those who are in front of him are really the great persons. That is what it means. And as Swamiji has put it very rightly, I don't exist. Because whenever I send him a message on my mobile, he says the I is always absent. It gets absorbed either in you or we. That is what it happens. So I'm very happy, Swamiji, that my I gets dissolved in you. And that is what I am really speaking. As I look at the acharyas in front of me, distinguished people, great people and all, I feel like the small squirrel in the Ramayana, which when the Vanarasena was trying to build the bridge across for Pamban, for Lord Rama to cross into Sri Lanka, the Vanaras were making fun of him, saying, oh, what are you doing? Taking small pebbles and throwing it there. And Lord Rama took the squirrel in his hand and said, that is very necessary to fill in the blanks. And that is what I represent here, fill in the blanks. Where all of you are distinguished people here, great people who have achieved a lot of things and all. In fact, somebody was asking me the other day, what are you going to do in the midst of these distinguished people who have achieved a lot of these? They are achievers, they are great people. Or you have the generation Z or X or Y, whatever you are calling it. Whereas you belong to generation EX, which is extinguished. So what are you going to do there? I said, Saas bhi kabhi bahuti is what I represent. I want to tell them that I have always been a student. I have also been a student of Vivekananda College, and that is what I propose to tell them all about today. In those days, when we used to be in college, we used to have very interesting anecdotes going on. Some of my classmates are here today, but I'm happy that some of them are not here today, because one of them threatened that I will come and expose all that you did in the physics laboratory. So I'm happy that he's not here, because he said in the physics laboratory how the attendant used to do all your experiments, and you would ultimately show it to the lecturer. And then on one occasion when the examiner was there, and I remember he asked me to do an experiment on surface tension. There was already tension in the surface as far as I could feel on my legs. And when he asked me to do the surface tension, I just opened the cork and the water splashed on him. And he said, what is this all about? I said, sorry, sir. Then the attendant was showing his anger at me. I said, sir, why are you doing this? So he said, I will come and expose all your misdeeds and deeds while in college in those days. Be that as may be, I propose to deviate a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, today from the normal run of speeches that you heard by my great stalwarts in the past. Well, there are various threats which are facing a country, or every country, for example. Terrorism in various aspects. Maybe narco-terrorism, maybe economic terrorism, maybe real terrorism, maybe cyber terrorism, maybe whatever it is. And these are being handled with firmness and with various degrees of expertise. So I don't propose to touch on these things at all. I want to deviate a little bit on the perceptions and the need for perception management in society. I am talking of perceptions. Let me be very clear that any reference to any individual in the course of my presentation is purely fictional, and it does not refer to anybody in particular. It is only coincidental. I am making this very, very clear, because if anybody says that it represents an individual or a person or a particular thing, I know when I go home and I don't have to open the door, one of the agencies would have already opened the door there for me. So I don't want to say it's only a perception that exists, but I want to flag it here because we have distinguished people here. We have Gen Z also here, and they should understand these perceptions, which I have been noticing in society going on. The first is what they say is the contradictions that exist in society. How do we reconcile these contradictions? This is one question which many of the youngsters keep posing today, particularly Gen Z or whatever you may call them about. The contradiction between truth and untruth. When we were in the portals of this college, we were told one thing, Satyam vada dharmanchara. Speak the truth and follow dharma. Sometimes, of course, dharma can take a slight hit, because if to protect dharma, we may have to say a little bit of untruth also. But they say that these days, Satyameva Jayate has become Asatyameva Jayate. Why has it become? I mean, it's very difficult to explain this. I recall one incident that I had in the year 1963, if I'm correct. Being from the lineage of Ramanuja, I mistook it to be the Ramanuja mathematician, and I thought I knew a lot of mathematics, and that what was being taught was something which I could give a go by. We had a professor, Srinivasa Raghavan, I remember. He used to have a turban and a coat. He used to come from Mandalore. And the moment he would come in and start teaching mathematics, I would doze off a little bit. One day I said, let me now take a knock off and take off. So I just abstained from the class. And next day when I came to the class, he said, Narsimhan, நேத்திக்கு நீ கிளாஸுக்கு வரலையா? இல்லை சார் வரல சார். என்ன ஆச்சுப்பா? சார் எங்கள் அக்கா கல்யாணம் சார். கல்யாணம் நல்லா நடந்ததாப்பா? சாப்பாடெல்லாம் நல்லா இருந்ததாப்பா? நான் ரொம்ப நீ தள்ளாமையாக இருப்ப. இருந்தாலும் நீங்கள் வந்துட்டு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் இன்னைக்கு. ஆமாம், நீ ஸ்ரீ வைஷ்ணவன் தானே? ஆமாம் சார். நீ ஆற்றுக்கு போய் உங்கள் அம்மாவை கேளு, மார்கழி மாதத்தில் உங்கள் ஆற்றுல கல்யாணம் பண்ணுறது உண்டா? I still don't understand, because in those days I did not know what Margari Masam meant or what marriage meant. But I knew that he had called my bluff. Then he turned around and said, Illa, Margari Masathla Kalyanam Pandamata, Atlalan, Adlan, the Poisonalum Porindisona Katuko. So that hit me on Satyam Vada Dharmanchara. And today, when we see the media, maybe the visual media, maybe the print media, maybe with the WhatsApp or social, we are not able to distinguish between truth and untruth. The thin line differentiating truth and untruth has vanished today, unfortunately. This is a perception. I'm marking my words. Again and again, I'm saying perception. Then the contradiction between information and disinformation. What is information? What is disinformation? Again, what you heard about me from Mr. Bhupati or Krishnan is disinformation. What all of you know about me is information. That's a classic example of disinformation. I recall one day when I was doing my job, I had gone to the Prime Minister's office, and when I came out, the press surrounded me and said, Sir, that 32-page report that you had given to the Prime Minister, can we have some highlights of it? I turned around, I said, you see, what happened was the Prime Minister called me last night, and he wanted me to come in the morning and brief him about the state. So I didn't have any time. So I just wrote something on my paper and came. And I did this. Unfortunately, I did not have a copy of that handwritten note. I have handed it over to the Prime Minister. I'm sure you press people will be able to access it. Can you please share a copy of that with me so that for my own records? This is the type of disinformation that is spread. On another occasion, on December 31st, the Sri Krishna Commission, which was appointed to decide on the division of Andhra Pradesh, was to submit its report. I had gone out somewhere. So pressman said, Sir, what happens after December 31st when the report is submitted? I thought for a while. I said, if I'm correct, it should be January 1. And they all laughed. And next day, the press item says, Governor opposes bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh. What do I do? What do I do, sir? Or similarly, first day I go to the races. I'm not a race goer, sorry for that. But because the governor has to go for something called a governor's cup. And I sat in a box. I did not know when the race started and the race finished. He said, sir, oh. I said, okay. Went and handed over the cup and came back. Next day was the iftar party at my residence, where I was dressed like in a typical with a sharwani and a cap and saying my namas. Third day, I had the good fortune of going to Tirupati, and I was clad in my traditional dress. So the press next day photo was yesterday, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, with a question mark. What do I do, sir? This is a type of disinformation that is spread today. You read, for example, you read the social media. There's one set of application which keeps on saying something about something, and the other set says exactly the opposite. So the youngsters are asking today, please tell us, we are confused. Where do we go? What is correct? What is not correct? Kind of exclusion versus inclusion. We all talk of inclusion, but there are a lot of people who are excluded. For example, you take the health benefit. Well, the below poverty line gets free treatment. The above poverty line probably can go abroad for treatment. But the vast bulk of the middle class, for which they do say they have made some new schemes right now, is completely left bleeding. You go to the hospital today, and the whole thing is gone in no time. And actually, death comes more due to the bill rather than the ailment. That is our state of today. So they say, what is this inclusion, exclusion that we are all talking about? The other question that the perception is justice intended only for a segment of society? While the well-to-do get away with whatever they do, they get bail because they are ill immediately in a corporate hospital. They get admitted with a heart attack and this and that and all. Whereas the poor fellow is rotting in the jail because no bail. The courts might say bail is the rule and not jail. It's all very nice. But then they say, sir, we are confused. If tons of cash are recovered in somewhere, the inquiry goes on for months and months and months and months and months. If the same cash is recovered from somebody else, immediately that fellow is arrested, he has no bail, he goes to jail, and his entire property is seized. They say, sir, what is this justice all about that you're talking? And you're talking of justice, which is what we are all looking forward to. I would like to, gentlemen, deviate a little bit here and go into my own experience of justice. My brother was an IAS officer. He was an Assam cadre. He was Commissioner at Jorhat, Upper Assam. On a Monday morning, he goes and sits in his office and goes his body into pieces. He's blown to pieces because the whatever group it is, the anti-national group had planted a bomb in his chair and he was blown to death. He was 41 years old. The case was shifted out of Assam to a central agency. Courts were held. And the result was everybody gets acquitted. The official witnesses turn hostile. And those people enjoy power. What do you expect me to do? If I was a brave man, probably I should have taken a gun and become a terrorist today. Unfortunately, I'm a coward and I could not. I became a governor. This is a misfortune. How do this wound still is in my heart? You mean to say that an IAS officer got blown on his own in the office? Or all of them get acquitted? What exactly is justice that you're talking about? In fact, he said that Phulan Devi, the great dacoit, who had become a dacoit, turned a dacoit because she was violated again and again by various people and she did not get justice. So, gentlemen, this is the question that people are asking, sir, what is justice? What is the justice that you are talking about? Again, technology versus development in technology. Mr. Hariharan, I am a great lover of technology, let me tell you very much. In my assignment, I was one who has pioneered technology in my own institution in a very big way. But today we are all talking of artificial intelligence without even knowing what artificial intelligence is all about. It is an extremely useful tool for enhancing your output. But the way it is being used as a typewriter or a computer today, as against natural intelligence, Sir Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or the Hariharan himself might get angry on us today, saying that you are neglecting the brain that I have given you people, and you are going to the machine today. How do I handle this, sir? Artificial intelligence to real intelligence. God has given us natural intelligence. We have to combine natural intelligence with artificial intelligence. Only then you will get the correct result. depending solely on artificial intelligence is not, sorry sir for saying this, is not going to take us anywhere. I'm not opposing it, but I certainly feel that all that will happen is that we will have a whole lot of brain dead people in this country by the age of 40 if we go on at this stage the way we are going as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. This is a perception again, I'm trying to make it clear. They're talking of digitalization. Digitalization, sir, is a very great, very useful thing here. I'm giving you my own case. I went to one of the banks here to sort of change my account from Hyderabad to Chennai when I moved in here. I was just about 4 or 5 days old. They said, sir, do you have a proof of residence? Are you paying property tax? I said, yeah, I'm paying property tax, but I don't stay here. How is that proof of my address? Then I gave them one of my Government of India pension cards with my photograph and address. He said, no, sir, it is not recognized. Then I gave them a pension card. No, sir, it is not recognized. Then for ex-governors, we had got an identity card. That is, no, sir, that's not. Then I blew my top. I said, get me the telephone, let me talk to Nirmala Sitharaman and tell her this is what your decision is all about. And then the agent comes over and says, and that's it. I said, what nonsense is this? I have given you all the proof that you want in the world issued to the Government of India in a laminated card. And you say that's not accepted. I said, why don't you Google and see whether my face is there or not? It may look very dirty, but all the same it will be there. Look at that. He said, no, sir, she's very new. I said, what nonsense? Why do you keep a new person at the desk, front desk then? And this is what it is, sir. Then I tried to transfer a national savings certificate from Hyderabad to Chennai. Can you believe it, sir? For every national savings certificate that you transfer, I had to pay 125 rupees. What do you talk of digitization, sir, today? Yes, this is the reality on the ground. We don't understand this reality on the ground. And when I wrote a letter to whoever it is concerned, I get a letter from some lower functionary saying that as per clause 9, section 9, clause 3, A, B, C, 4, this is the rule, sir. We have noted your complaint. What is this, sir? Is this a response that you get? This is a question that people are asking, sir. I'm giving my own personal experience on these things, and that's how it is. Went over exclusion. I remember when I was governor of Chhattisgarh, an industrialist came to me and said, sir, we are going to build a big factory here. We are taking over the land from the farmer. We are giving him 10 times the compensation that you otherwise have got. I said, that is very nice. But please tell me, in these 10 times compensation you give, he's going to drink it away in 3 months. And after that, what is he going to do? Break stones, which he will do for another 2-3 years. And after that, what happens? I said, you call this inclusion? I said, then what happens to him? Please tell me. This is what it is. This is exclusion. So this inclusion that you're talking, sir, is something which has to be holistic and not just some freebies being given here and there, rice being given, dal being given, sugar being given to one segment of society. And the other segment of society is suffering the whole burden. One group pays income tax totally. And even the Honorable Prime Minister has made this remark that a majority of population in this country do not pay income tax. Why the hell should I pay income tax, sir? Why is it deducted from my account, from my salary or pension every month? Because I can't do anything about it. Whereas the other segment gets it without paying any income tax. So these are some of the perceptions which exist in society which we need to really fight. The other thing they're talking about, contradiction between our heritage and modernism. This is a very big challenge, sir. Under the guise of modernism, we require the United States to tell us yoga is good for health. What, sir? What yoga are you talking about, sir? I have been doing it for millions of years in this country. Yoga is my birthright, sir. And today you go to anybody, sir, are you doing pranayam, sir? What do you mean pranayam? I've been doing it for millions of years, I say. No, sir, pranayam is very good for health, for breathing exercise. We call it breathing exercise. Do we require Western certification from some other country for our own heritage, sir? I don't think so. When COVID came, we all said, you must wash your feet, wash your hands. My dear sir, in every house there's a tap outside in the compound where you can't enter the house without washing your feet and your hand. Before doing anything, you have to wash your feet and your hand. And sir, if you will all recall, many of you may understand the elder generation, that in those days when elders would speak to they always keep their hand like this and speak. And today you say, no, wear a mask. Mask made of cotton, made of wool, made of whatever it is, deer skin, wear a mask. What is this all about, sir? I know what my heritage is. Unfortunately, absence of evidence is taken as evidence of absence. That is the problem with us today. This is our heritage. When you talk about environment, what environment are you talking about, sir? We have been protecting animals today in this world because we said every animal is associated with a god. and we take it as sacred. Whether it's a tiger, a peacock, a mouse, or whatever it is because it's taken as a vahanam of a god, a vehicle of God. And so we protect that. And you are teaching us about environment today. In a river, you could only go and have a dip and come back. But today you'll say detergent, this detergent is very good, that detergent is very good, and you use that and soil the whole water, and then you say environment. And trees were not being cut because we thought every tree was a God Almighty. We do worship of trees. And today you cut forests. You dig everywhere, and then it's called environment. And then you say we are having a great meeting on CO2 emission and CO2 emission and DOT emission, etc., etc., etc. What are you talking about, sir? My heritage has taught me all this in this country. I think, unfortunately, we do not know our heritage. Swamiji, I would request you that one of your subjects should be to teach our people our heritage. They should understand what India is all about. They should know what India is all about. It is something like a famous song of Raj Kapoor says, Mera juta hai Japani, Mera patloon hai Englishani, Sar pe lal topi, fir bhi dil hai Hindustani. Ultimately, he says, I may be wearing a trouser which is made abroad, I am wearing a cap which is made abroad, but my heart is always with India. You ask Mr. Hariharan today, sir, he has gone out. Like the Krishnan who still respected Kuchelar, his old-time schoolmate, even after he had become a God Almighty. Here Mr. Hariharan today respects his alma mater, Vivekananda College, and comes back from the United States. And here he is, sir, donating huge sums of money. He is our Annadata today. Why, sir? Because he feels proud to be an Indian. He may, I'm sure he's a multi-billionaire abroad. He's a very respected man. He has done a lot of educational facilities. He's done a lot. But today, sir, he respects what his India is all about. This is the type of Indian that I'm talking about, sir. You don't go abroad and say, oh no, you see, environment in our country, vegetarianism, or some, you must not eat this. We haven't all been vegetarians. I say, you are talking about vegetarianism. You are teaching us vegetarianism. And he says, oh, no, they are all saying vegetarianism is very good, so we should all talk, we should. A fellow goes abroad and comes back and once gave us a packet of what he calls powdered tulsi and some other small this thing. As I said, I brought this specially for you, sir, because, I know that you consume such things. I turned around, I said, please come to my garden. I take all these fresh leaves every day and eat. I don't require it from the United States. I'm sorry, sir, Mr. Iron, please don't misunderstand me. I'm talking of real situation that has occurred. I said, what are you talking about? So, sir, I think these perceptions we need to change. Because otherwise, if we lose these perceptions, what happens is perceptions is what develops into ideas and thereafter goes into violence, then mobilization takes place and people are brainwashed. That's how brainwashing takes place. Brainwashing doesn't take place overnight. So I think it is time that while we are looking at all the major threats in a very big way, we need to address these perceptions also very, very carefully. I know, sir, it is time for me to wind up because I can see some people bringing their hands together to clap. Again, I know there are two types of clapping. One is a slow clapping, which says, "Porandani patient and ithu aala udra." The other one is a thunderous clapping, which says, "Appa aala udra pa, utna anda muttam ponanda pa." So I can see that happening. So I would like to be very careful, and I would like to close my speech very soon. And I know that in the vote of thanks, hopefully, which will be proposed, they will say, oh, it was a mind-boggling speech, it was an outstanding speech, etc., etc. All that will be mentioned in the speech. And Ori kelvi moonu vidai, oru vidai, naan oru kelvi kekkiren solungal. Why was this called an outstanding speech? I can give you three answers. One segment says, ye dil abhi bara nahi, abhi na jao, ye dil abhi bara nahi. That is, please don't give now, we are still not feeling happy about it. The other one says, normally we say asato ma sadgamaya, from ignorance to knowledge. But this man has done reverse engineering, from knowledge has brought us to ignorance. Yeah. The third segment which says, it turns around and says, hey, avare enna pesnira avanukku purinjidata avanukku? Yeah, ore confusion danada. That is the third segment. Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is option C. Avare enna pesnira enakku puriyalada is what it says. மாதங்களில் அவர் மார்கழி, மலர்களில் மல்லிகை. ஆனால் மாதங்களில் மார்கழி, மலர்களில் மல்லிகை, காலங்களில் வசந்தம், கல்லூரியில் விவேகானந்தா கல்லூரி என்று தான் நான் சொல்லுவேன். I thank you all for your patience. I know many of you will be very thankful that I am leaving the mic now. Unfortunately, once you get a mic, it becomes very difficult to give it up. You see, I am not a very disciplined soldier like Mr. Hariharan, who is a very disciplined man, who sticks to his time, etc. I am one of those indisciplined soldiers. But I had one fear today, if I meet some of my gurus, and I go and tell them, so thank you very much for making me what I am today. He might turn around and say, yes, you are thankful, okay, but not for what you are today. These habits we did not give you. So I was very worried about that. I thought I should not meet any of my gurus and say thank you and get this rebuttal for me. Thank you very much. Namaskaram. And I would say, in conclusion, many happy returns of the day. God bless you.
So, Narasimhan sir mentioned about Tulsi powder. So, that reminded me that I have missed out a gift for him. Another alter ego, his name is also Narasimhan, 1974 MSc, 72 MSc and PhD here. He has made this wonderful herbal treat full of powders. And the powders comes from all the herbs that he can take raw. But this is processed and organically processed, and on his behalf, or maybe thanks for coming. It's a herbal treat.
Our chief guest, ESL Narasimhanji, talked about indiscipline. Did we all not love his indiscipline? Absolutely. We loved that indiscipline, sir. Definitely. It was pearls of wisdom which was nicely put into sort of capsules and given. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Right. Now it's the time for us to release the souvenir. For that, I would like to call my colleague, Dr. Ramanathan, to take over from here and take us through this small portion of the program. Thank you.
Well, Sadasiva Samanambam Sakaracharya Madhyamam Asmat Acharya Paryandam Vande Guru Parambaram Jyotirmajam Tejomayam Roga Vinasana Moksha Pradam Sarvadukka Nivaranam Kanchim Jagadguru Namostute. With folded hands, I offer my reference to Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, whose divine wisdom illumines the heart, to Holy Mother Sharada Devi, the embodiment of compassion, and to Swami Vivekananda, whose fearless vision inspires service and strength. Well, may their eternal blessings guide my thoughts, actions, and life's purpose. Pranams to all my gurus. Well, respected Swamiji, respected Narasimhanji, respected Hariharanji, and esteemed dignitaries of the dais, honorable principals past and present, revered teachers, distinguished alumni from across the globe, dear students and friends of my Vivekananda College. Well, I'm happy to be here, and I deem it as a pride and privilege to be part of this event where I've been asked to elucidate about the souvenir, for which I thank Swamiji and my core members of the group for having given me an opportunity to do so. Thank you very much. Well, a very warm and reverential good evening to you all. It is both a privilege and a deeply moving moment to stand before this august gathering on the occasion of our global alumni meet, that is Viveka Forward 2025. At the outset, I would like to place on record my deepest gratitude to revered Swamiji for its spiritual guidance, vision, and constant encouragement, which continue to inspire every endeavor of our college. And I sincerely thank the editorial committee for its scholarly rigor, patience, and commitment in shaping this souvenir, and the Executive Committee for its leadership, coordination, and unwavering support. My heartfelt appreciation goes to all the authors whose thoughtful contribution have enriched this volume, and to the advertiser and well-wishers whose generous support has made this publication and the global alumni meet possible. Special mention about Dr. Panjaksharam, also one Mr. Arun who did assist in this marathon work. To each one of you, I offer my respectful thanks. I bow down to all who made this happen, which indeed makes me awestruck. Well, Swami Vivekananda said, once more the world must be conquered by India, and this is the dream of my life. And I wish that each one of you who hear me today will have the same dream in your minds, and stop not till you have realized the dream. Well, Swami Vivekananda's dream that once more the world must be conquered by India finds quite a powerful expression in the lives of Vivekananda College alumni like you, who occupy leadership positions across India and abroad. Well, your presence in governance, academia, science and industry, culture and public service reflects a form of global influence rooted not in authority but in ethical conduct and intellectual excellence. Wherever you serve, I mean you alumni embody India's civilizational values, discipline, inclusivity, service and moral responsibility, earning respect through your competence and character. In alumni news, Viveka's vision of India's spiritual and intellectual leadership over the world continues to unfold steadily and convincingly. Again today, we are not merely releasing a souvenir. We are opening a testament of memory, meaning and mission, spanning 80 luminous years of Vivekananda College. 80 years is not a milestone, my dear friends. It is a steady heartbeat of an institution that has shaped minds, molded character, and awakened purpose. This souvenir is a mirror of that journey where tradition walks hand in hand with transformation and where the past gently guides the future. At the very heart of every page lies the spirit of Swami Vivekananda, fearless in thought, compassionate in action, and eternally youthful in vision. And Vivekananda College has never been merely about classrooms or degrees. It has always been about man-making education, education rooted in discipline, character, and service. The voices gathered in the souvenir, monks and mentors, principals and professors, alumni and achievers from a single harmonious chorus of gratitude. Every contribution reminds us of teachers who taught us not only subjects, but strength of conscience and clarity of purpose. As we turn these pages, we realize that Vivekananda's influence travels, our college influence travels far beyond Mylapore, into courtrooms and classrooms, laboratories and boardrooms, stages and sanctuaries, skies and seas. Scientists and saints, administrators and artists, soldiers and scholars, all these people come from our institution. The institution has nurtured them all with equal grace. Whenever Vivekananda College alumnus stands to, today, he stands for the values of Satyam, Shivam and Sundaram quietly stand beside them. These are not merely philosophical ideas, they are lived values, truth in conduct, goodness in service. Anyway, the list is going very, big. Let me just conclude with, I would like to say that in fact, owing to space constraints in the printed souvenir, only a limited number of articles could be accommodated after careful editorial review. However, the e-version of the souvenir will carry most of the remaining contributions subject to necessary editorial stipulation, formatting standards and institutional guidelines. This souvenir is not a book of pages, but a journey of purpose, memory and meaning. What we release today is more than a publication, it is the living story of Vivekananda College. Every page of the souvenir carries the quiet imprint of 8 decades of values. Within these pages lies the spirit of an institution that shaped generations. Today, memory takes form, gratitude finds voice, and legacy becomes visible. So arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. With these words, I formally welcome you all once again to this historic global alumni meet. And may this evening, strengthen our bonds, renew our resolve, and inspire us to walk forward. By the way, I would like to record some of the, greeting messages from leading people, leading elite, scholars, some big people. One is Dr. S. Kannappan. He's the director of school education. So he has sent a, greeting message. He says that there is something magical about looking back on our college days. Those years that now feel like beautiful blur of laughter, friendship, and endless memories. And we got one Varthi Chedi from Kabilar, Nirvaga Aluvalar, Tamil Nadu Min Urpathi, மற்றும் பகிர்மான கழகம். He says, கல்லூரியில் நாங்கள் கற்றவையே இன்றும் எங்கள் வாழ்க்கையின் விழுமியங்களாக தொடர்கின்றன. உடலுக்கு ஓர் உயிர் தான், அந்த ஓர் உயிரும் தமிழென்று உணர்த்தியது தாயின் கருவறையே எங்கள் விவேகானந்தா கல்லூரி. What beautiful, best wishes, they are given. And we have got one from Dr. C.N. Maheshwaran, who said, the environment deeply imbued with the ideals of Swami Vivekananda awakened in me an inner strength and quite determination to rise. In fact, several other messages we got from, Kathadi Ramamurthy, we got a, message from him, wishing the event successful. And we got from Madhu Balaji, we got a lot of well-wishers. So, what I do, now I request, we have with us Dr. C.V. Radhakrishnan, retired HOD of philosophy, who is revered for his exemplary scholarship, gentle leadership, and unstinting dedication to value-based education. His teaching ignited curiosity, ethical reflection, and disciplined thinking in generation of students, earning him admiration as a scholar mentor who embodied humility, wisdom, and steadfast commitment to ideas. I request, yes sir, please. I request shawl, punch, please put the shawl and memento, please. And we have, please, welcome sir. Yes, sir. And we have, sir, please, sir, please. Sir, you are going to release, sir? Please, please. And we have Professor P. Parthasarathi, retired from the Commerce Department, who is celebrated for his rigorous teaching, academic excellence, and unwavering commitment to students' growth. His clarity in instruction from yet compassionate guidance and deep professionalism shaped many successful careers, earning him enduring respect as an inspiring mentor and pillar of the department. Please. Well, yes, well, we have with us Mr. Varadarajan, Chairman and Managing Director, Farmer, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, BPCL. He's an associate member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and Institute of Cost of India, who has about 30 plus years of experience in all aspects of oil. I request him to, take a copy from our, and I request, sir, Mr. Seshasai, sir, an experienced corporate leader and former MD of Ashok Leyland, a long-serving independent director. He brings strong governance experience from roles at IndusInd Bank Limited, Infosys, ICICI Bank, and leadership in major industry bodies. So I request Dr. C.V. Radhakrishnan to release the. Sir, please release to all our.
I have great pleasure in releasing this souvenir and take it as a great privilege given to me, being an old student of this temple of learning. It is an expression of Swamiji's concept of man-making education. Man making education doesn't mean just physical fitness. It is also a question of values being introduced, which we have received through our prayer meetings and some of the environment that has caused us so much. Thank you.
Well, it was a very wonderful evening. We had a very illuminating, inspirational speech from both from Mr. Harigaran as well as from Narasimhan. I did enjoy. Hope you also would have. It was a wonderful evening.
From mathematics. They are giving an endowment.
Okay. Oh, please. So my best wishes to one and all. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Ramanathan. The editorial committee consisted of Dr. Ramanathan, Dr. Panchaksharam, Dr. Krishnan, and one non-Dr. Balasubramanian. Okay. Right, 4 of us, and it was a pleasure to do that. Okay, I would request all of you to stay back because we have planned to give you a gift hamper individually to every one of you. It would be our pleasure and honor to hand that over to you. So I would earnestly request you to stay back because the program is almost coming to an end. Another few minutes and we assure you that. Right. Now, a mathematics endowment has been offered, and on behalf of late Ashok Raj and late Selvaraj, it is going to be given by their family member. I would like to request them to come and hand over. Yes, announcement, yes. Yeah, let us all give a very big hand for their very good gesture of instituting this endowment in mathematics. See, when we attend events like these functions, acts of nobility follow one after the other. That is what we need to show it to the next generation as well. Acts of nobility. Because this society, we take a lot. How much do we give back? It's a pleasure and privilege for us to give back to society. And that's not being spoken. It's acted upon. It's being shown by people through examples. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for that. Honorees. Now we are going to honor a very powerful Sanskrit word, Guru. Ga stands for ignorance, Ru stands for dispelling the ignorance. Remember Tamasoma Amartyam Gaya, even Narasimhanji was talking about. It is dispelling the darkness, removing of ignorance. Who does it? Only a Guru. Honestly speaking, the English word teacher is a very mild and not a very powerful word. Guru is a very, very powerful word. And so we are going to honor all the Gurus now. So give all your Gurus a very big applause. We will start. 80 plus. Of course, all of them are 80 plus. Look at that. 80 plus. That means they were born before this college was born. Remember that. Okay. Number 1, Dr. P.R. Vittal. Dr. P.R. Vittal. Yeah, Dr. Ramanathan. Dr. Ramanathan. Where is Dr. Ramanathan? Okay. We would like to honor Dr. S. Ramaratnam, and Dr. Krishnan is requested to do the honors. Let us all give him a very big hand, please, for Dr. Ramaratnam. Next is to Dr. K. Venkatramanan, and the person from whom I learned my accounts. So, Namaskaram, sir. So, we would like him to be honored. Nityanandam to please do the honors. Angpoga. Angapadinga. Ninga ukarnu, sir. Ninga ukarnu. உட்காரட்டும். Thank you. Next is Dr. A. Karunanandam. The honors will be done by Lakshmi Narayan. Yes, Lakshmi Narayan. Yeah, I know. I think it's an emotional moment, but if we can give him a little bit of space as well. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Pancha. Alladi Ramachandran. இல்லை இவர் இந்த இது கொடுத்துட்டார் என்கிட்ட மாற்றி கொடுத்தார். டாக்டர் எம் முரளிதரன். டாக்டர் எம் முரளிதரன். May I request Dr. M. Muralidharan? He is not. Okay. Then Dr. P.V. Ramanathan. Dr. P.V. Ramanathan. Dr. P.N. Natarajan. He is also, I think, left. Yes. Okay. Dr. L. Venkatraman. Yes. And next is Dr. G. Surya Narayan. Okay. Okay. It is with deep reverence that we do bow our heads to all our gurus, and for the Guru Parampara, it is our duty that the whole generation comes up only because of Guru's Ashirvadam. Namaskarams to all. Okay. The next one is, I request Swamiji, our revered Swamiji, to come and honor the executive committee members of the alumni. I need to change role. Yeah. Okay. பேர் படிச்சுட்டு
நானே படிச்சேன் பி பாலசுப்ரமணியம், Mr. Ramanathan, Sridhar,
Mr. Nityanandam.
Dr. Krishnan. Last but not least, but Dr. Krishnan.
that's it,
அவ்வளோதான் ஓகே Yeah. Okay. The almost the last program of the day, we wanted to get young alumni voices. We could find one very young person, young at heart as well as everything. So Mr. Ashok is being invited to share his thoughts. Ashok.
See, I know I am in between you and the gift box, right? You're all supposed to get a carry home bag. So what I'm going to do is, I'll just make it very short. Very, very short, okay? Give me a minute. So the idea behind this, we have called for young volunteers. This is for EC, for the executive committee. And many of you had approached us and you sent a mail, okay? I have some names. We are supposed to have a deliberation for about 20 minutes because we are overshot. What we will do is, I'll just read the names. I suggest that you keep in touch with us offline. We will have a session online and then figure out how to take this forward. But we want your services. We want you to be with us. That is a pitch. And just for the courtesy, I want to read the names. Gunashekar, MSc, Max 2005-2007. Can you raise your hand wherever you are there? Hi Guna. Thanks for logging in. We will be in touch. Okay? Thank you. Pradeep 92. Where is Pradeep 92? Can you just stand up and wave your hand so that at least we know? Okay? Next, third is Shivashankar 8790. Then Colonel Ayyappan 84. Venkat 98. Then Professor Pen Chinnaswamy also has volunteered. Okay? I just leave with the thought, stay in touch. We will be in touch with you. We will have a session offline, but we want you to be this side. Okay? Thank you very much and have a great day. I'm winding it up. Thank you.
And finally, vote of thanks will be proposed by Captain Lakshmi Narayan.
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Revered Secretary Swamiji, Swami Dhyanagamayanandaji Maharaj, at whose instance our Alumni Association was got a rebirth, and who is the friend, philosopher, guide and the pillar of strength for our Alumni Association. Honorable Sri ESL Narasimhan Sir, former Governor of Chhattisgarh, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, who is the chief guest today and who gave an hilarious and thought-provoking speech today. Sri Hariharan Sir, who is an alumni and a generous-minded person who donated about 14 crores to the college for the development of the college a couple of years back. All three are proud alumni of our prestigious college. I thank you all for having graced the occasion and for making it a memorable one. I thank all the living legends who has come today, former principals, former HODs, and former students, and senior citizens who have come today to bless us all. I thank all the volunteers who helped us today, and I should thank persons close to my heart, our NCC cadets, because they are close to my heart because I was in NCC in 1971 and was the senior under officer of the college. I also thank the educationist, academician, and holder of many, very many doctorates to his credit, Dr. S. Ramanathan, for having done a wonderful job in bringing out the Souvenir today. I also thank all the Executive Council members, Governing Board members for their excellent job in organizing this meeting today. I thank all the elite audience for having come and attended the meeting and making it a memorable one. And I wish to announce that our next annual get-together will be on the 19th December 2026 in our college cricket ground, because we expect you to bring your friends also. Please bring 2 or 3 of our alumni so that we get a good crowd of about 2,000. Thank you all once again.